Hi, my name's Will Furtman. I'm the father of two boys, one hearing and one deaf. Hearing one is now 11 and the deaf one is 7. When my younger son was born, my wife and I were really surprised. He was identified in the newborn hearing screen and we just didn't know what to do. We didn't know sign language and we didn't really have any idea about what kinds of help or education were available for our family or for him in particular. Early on, though, we decided that the best people to ask about how to raise a deaf child were deaf adults. And we lucked out because our local deaf services agency had a deaf coaching program. And through them, we were able to meet coaches who had been deaf children themselves and who could give us solid advice. Not just about raising our deaf son, but also about helping our hearing son adapt to new circumstances, a new way of communicating in a new language in the house. Honestly, I was just so worried about my baby's future that I cried when I first met our deaf coach. She was this really smart, sweet, funny woman, and she loved my kid. And it was a huge relief to meet somebody who didn't see him as some sort of problem or project. He was just a baby to her and a baby with a bright future. And that just meant everything to me. Our family's actually had more than one deaf coach over the years. I mean, they were all different. One of them was just a total jet setter. She would come meet with us in between trips to Caribbean islands and Africa. And she would tell us all her adventures while we practiced our sign language together. I mean, it really just opened our eyes to what our son's life could be like one day. It was really incredible. We had another deaf coach who was specifically a buddy for our hearing son. She was just a cool young person that he could hang out with and play games with. And that was really helpful to give our son, some confidence with his ASL and confidence in dealing with deaf folks, including his brother. So our son has cochlear implants. He's bilaterally implanted. And they've worked out well. He hasn't had any problems with them, and it's given him a lot of access to spoken English. But we decided that we also wanted to learn ASL, and that's been just a huge help. We never worry about communication with our kid. We never worry that he's not hearing things at school because he goes to the deaf school and he gets instruction in a language we know he can understand. It's just such a help to have ASL, even if your kid has good access to sound with technology. I mean, what I would tell families is to find the deaf community, however you do it, in whatever way. There's no hearing teacher, there's no social worker, no hearing person can really replace that experience. Nobody's going to know what being a deaf child is like a deaf adult.